Hello everyone and welcome to your second royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Saturday afternoon, beautiful Saturday afternoon here. Almost unnaturally beautiful at this time of year, I have to say, but all good. I have the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table for this little reading. Today we're looking at children. We've looked at the baby who's coming to the Grosvenor family, and who might be godfather of that baby. Today, I misspoke. Now we're going to look in the second reading at Harry and Meghan's children and how Meghan misspoke. It's interesting that I misspoke, and we're talking about someone who made a bit of a boo-boo on Drew Barrymore's show. Meghan Markle was telling that wonderfully, in my opinion, fake story of how she packed what she described as a really thin book whenever she went away. She packed a really thin book, and all I could see in my mind's eye was all those suitcases coming out of that private jet with, I don't know how many winter coats she managed to wear in the 3 days, was it 3 or 4, that she was in Canada for the Invictus Games before she got fed up and went back to California to film stuff for Instagram account. All those suitcases, but one very thin book, really thin book, so that when she's away from Archie and Lilibet, she can read a story and video herself reading it, because of course she wants to video herself reading it, and then whoever's with them, and then she realized, oops, she misspoke, and she said Papa, so Papa can play it to them and say, look, there's Mama, or whatever she calls herself. And that's a sure way in my book to set them off and crying and sleepless nights and nightmares and, all of that. I'm being snarky. And it is, of course, just tarot, so I'm entitled to be snarky because it's tarot for fun and entertainment and just my opinion and just speculation and just read energy here. And disclaimer in the box below. So we're going to have a look at this. And we're going to do a compare and contrast. Harry on the left, Meghan on the right. We're going to ask relationship with children. We're going to ask who does that day-to-day stuff, who reads bedtime stories, who takes to school, who packs the lunchbox, who puts the plasters on the little scratches and scrapes, and who is there with them. And then we're going to ask, because we're curious, we're going to ask whose DNA is there. And maybe not there, because why not? And who gets them if there should be a split? We're going to keep asking that question. However much pushback there is about, oh, no. The rumours of our divorce are greatly exaggerated. That I saw in one of the British newspapers today. Exaggerated. Not, no, it's not happening. Exaggerated. Okay. I think we're good to go. So let's see what's going on. Relationship. Day-to-day stuff. The nitty-gritty. All of that. The unglamorous bits. Who does those? And who's got the DNA? And who gets them? Should the marriage end? Balance. Temperance card. That's our underlying energy. Blending energy. I often look at that card and think of IVF in these kinds of readings. Just saying. It has that energy, it has that connotation for me as an energy reader. So we'll say allegedly and speculating, in my opinion. There it is. We've got 2 children. We've got an angelic figure who is holding them, looking after them patiently, gently, guiding over them, watching them. I'm quite relieved as an energy reader to see that energy show up, even if it might be fake. Taking that really thin book with her, with all those coats and jewels and I don't know what, so that she could read the story and not hang out in the hotel bar and have big fights with Harry. Allegedly, situation we're dealing with. Harry on the left, Meghan on the right. We got the 9 of Sticks and it's in reverse. Not a great card. You can see the bandage around the head and the sad little ghost there. Feeling wounded, feeling broken. When it's upright, got protection around, got a good barrier, energy barrier, protective barrier around, keeping people at bay, keeping maybe the press out, keeping the curious out, and it's in reverse. So that tells me we're looking at children, we're looking at the situation, we're looking at the parenting, and I'm getting exposure that's unwelcome. And of course they've been on Instagram and are going to be more and more apparently on Netflix. According to Neil Sean, a deal has been struck. He claims that the kids will be revealed more and more, and to try and tease that Netflix deal out for a bit longer. But we're getting someone who's just broken, who's taken so many knocks, so many blows, that they can't even stand up and fight back anymore, defend themselves, protect themselves. Very, very vulnerable energy in that 9 of Sticks in reverse. So even though we've got this angelic underlying energy, see, I'm the perfect mother. I can manage to balance my work-life situation. Don't we all want to try and do that? Ha ha. I can do that, and I can be the angelic mother who can fly away on my private jet for weeks at a time, but still remember to take one very thin book with me to read bedtime stories. There is a sense down here that all is not well. I don't know whose energy that really is, but it's very vulnerable, it's very damaged, it's very broken, it's very beaten down energy. If it's Harry's, if it's the kids, I don't want it to be at kids. If it's Harry's, that's fine. Let's hope it's Harry's. Relationship with the children, just generally Harry first. What's going on there? Ooh, we've got the 8 of Blades and it's in reverse. This is trapped when it's upright, stuck in a mental prison. Can't see a way out of the trouble he's got himself into, but it's in reverse. Finding a way out of the mess he's got himself into. These are terrible cards. That doesn't indicate a healthy relationship with children. It indicates somebody who's got himself into a terrible mess by wrong thinking, wrong ideas, following wrong advice, listening to the wrong people, whatever he's done. He for a very long time couldn't see his way out of it, but is now beginning to see his way out of it. Herself and her general relationship with these children. I got the 7 of Sticks. I've got, again, this energy of I'm just so perfect. You're all criticizing me, which is these sticks aimed at this angelic creature floating on their crown cloud. That's the word. It's my day of misspeaking today. And the sun in the background, and look at me, I'm Miss Perfect, Princess Pushy as her sister called her, and all these rods coming at her, these wands, these attacks, press, PR, criticism aimed at her, but she's pushing back. I'm the high and mighty, I'm elevated, I'm perfect, I'm special, I can defend myself, I am just wonderful. So every time there is criticism of her, there's going to be pushback. Look, see, you say that my children are the wrong size and the wrong hair and the wrong ears and whatever. See, here they are on Instagram. So every time there's criticism, there's a pushback. Instagram. There's going to be Netflix. There's going to be whatever. She's got a plan for them. The criticism, very thick-skinned criticism, just bounces off. Whereas Harry's energy is, oh, I got myself into so much trouble and for a long time didn't know how to get myself out of trouble. But maybe I've got a bit of a clue now. No sign of a child in here, just by the way. Okay, so day-to-day stuff. Who's there? Who's reading the bedtime stories recorded from that very thin book, wherever she is? Is he? I've got the Knight of Coins and it's in reverse. No. No. That's him. Knight of Coins. Virgo. Prince. That's doing your duty. That's being steadfast. That's showing up. Doing what you're expected to do. Slow but steady. Loyal. Grounded. Reliable. On the right path. It's in reverse. He's not doing it. So she couldn't say, Harry. She had to correct herself because in her mind it's whoever is there, nanny. Whichever nanny is there. I've gathered that they have 3, allegedly. So one of the nannies, she doesn't even know which one is there with them. They can say, look, here's your mother. And the kids scream and cry and run away and hide. Not Harry. Her involvement in day-to-day. Oh no, I'm far too important for that. Would the Emperor change nappies? Would the Emperor do the school run? Make sandwiches? Never. Far too busy with that empire the Emperor is building as ever. Far too important. If it had shown up there, it would have been a whole other thing. Because the Emperor is the father of the tarot. But on her side, here, it's not how it's reading for me. Not at all. So, DNA, because I thought, why not? Why not just check and ask these mysterious children. Harry's DNA, all over the place with them. Oh, I've got the 10 of sticks and it's in reverse. I had to scooch and the camera sort of tips. It somehow follows me around. 10 of sticks and it's in reverse. Burdens. Oh, terrible burdens of what have I done? What have I done? It's not giving me, oh yes, a hearty endorsement. These are all mine. And why are you asking that question, you silly woman? You awful woman. It's, I can't carry this burden anymore. I want to put it down. We have escape energy here. I want to be free of this. I'm not showing up. I'm not doing the day-to-day stuff. And I don't want this burden anymore. Lordy, lordy. What about her? We have the Magician, the Creator. It's called the Magician. I'm asking about DNA. And I get the Magician, who makes stuff up, who makes stuff appear from nothing, pulls rabbits out of hats, who is trickster energy, who is manifesting energy. She manifested those children. She manifested them. Tarot is telling me that, allegedly. Okay, who gets them? 6 of Blades, Mr. Overseas. Overseas, overseas, overseas. Tells me they go overseas, but only one. And this chimes with something that Bookworm 2 said on her YouTube channel a while back about the 2 children. Allegedly, only one would be going back to the UK with Harry, potentially, if there was a divorce, because the other one, the girl, doesn't have all the DNA and would have to stay in the United States because of a joint custody arrangement with the mother who does have the DNA, allegedly. Allegedly. Just one of those strange stories. I've read on this before, I've heard this story before. It's been floating around for a long, long time. And looky, looky, we have just one child on that ship going overseas. And we have somebody who cannot deal anymore with the situation. Okay, that's enough grim stuff for a Saturday afternoon. Thank you for watching. And of course, this is all just my opinion, and there is a disclaimer in the box below, and I will see you again tomorrow.